Hey guys, what's up? I'm here with a review of an exploitation horror film from 1980 that's distributed by Troma Entertainment, the same company that made and distributed The Toxic Avenger and The Toxic Avenger, Poultrygeist, and Class of Nukem High. So, yeah, they have a pretty good track record. This movie is directed by Charles Kaufman, who is the brother of Lloyd Kaufman, the head of Troma, and tonight's movie is Mother's Day. Since tomorrow's Mother's Day, I thought I'd cover this film. This movie is about three female friends who go on a camping trip, and they're kidnapped by two brothers who are who basically just do whatever their mother tells them, and then they kill and torture these women for just because their mother tells them to. And from what I've heard, this is also some kind of Texas Chainsaw Massacre ripoff, so I'm definitely really interested in this. And Eli Roth, the director of Hostel, and the director of Hostel and Cabin Fever, as well as he's a very big exploitation and horror film fan. He also said that this is one of his all-time favorite horror films. I'm definitely interested in seeing what this has to offer, but the only way I'm going to find out what it has to offer is if I shut up and I watch it. So let's just watch the movie. So the movie starts out with some people graduating from some kind of college or some kind of cult or something, leaving some kind of meeting. I guess it's a cult. And this old lady decides to give these two people she doesn't know a ride. And then her two murderous sons show up, cut off the head of one of the guys, and then attempt to rape the chick. Then the mother comes along and strangles the chick to death, and then we get credits. Okay, where to begin with this one? The acting in this movie is all around okay, I guess. It's kind of laughable, kind of goofy, kind of stupid. The writing is kind of bad. The characters are kind of likable. The killers are, as you would expect, insane. The insane family is insane. The main characters are kind of flat, but you still kind of care about them. You know, they're likable. They're not annoying. The effects in this movie are pretty good for the low budget of the film. The lighting is really good, and the camera work is also pretty good, made of static shots and stuff like that. The film has a pretty some pretty good suspense, and it has that it's good at what it does. It's your usual kind of in very bad taste, you know, just kind of disturbing exploitation horror film with revenge and with rape revenge elements. I honestly really liked it. The music was pretty good, as well as along with the sound mix. The sound mix I thought was good. I really don't have any complaints for this movie. I gotta say I liked it. I didn't absolutely, adore this movie, but it's good at what it does, and, it doesn't try, super hard to be like a Texas Chainsaw Massacre ripoff. It doesn't try really hard to fit the same formula. It tries to do something a little more original, and I can definitely respect that. The sets in this movie are also very nice. They're very, as I'm going to say it again, very Texas Chainsaw Massacre-esque and stuff like that. Now, let's play a little game I like to call Spot the Similarities, where we spot similarities between the film we're reviewing and the film and other films. Crazy families. Now I'm going to name the few that come to the top of my head. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Frontiers, The Hills Have Eyes, and Wrong Turn. Hillbillies, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Eaten Alive, The Hills Have Eyes, Wrong Turn. Revenge elements. I Spit on Your Grave, Last House on the Left, Thriller, Cruel Picture, American Mary, Miss 45, Sympathy for Lady Vengeance, Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance, Old Boy, Escape from Hell, maybe. Which is another Troma film, actually. On the gore meter from 1 to 10, 1 being something like not the Corpse Grinders, but 1 being something like Nosferatu, and 10 being something like Brain Dead. I've got to say Mother's Day is probably about a 4.5 out of 10. It's not super violent, but what there is of gore is pretty good, and some of the death scenes are really, I don't want to say they're really original, but I like how they're done. And the blood in the movie is like, it's like the blood they used in the original Blood Feast. It's like a really bright red, like it's obviously some kind of paint, but you can't help but just like the way it looks. At least that's the way it is for me, honestly. Overall, I liked the movie. I could definitely give it a solid recommendation if you're looking for a little underrated, overlooked little gem from the 80s. This is definitely a really overlooked gem. Most definitely. And I gotta say, I mean, Charles Kaufman can definitely direct an exploitation film, and I know he's directed a few other movies, so I'm interested in seeing what else he can do. Yeah, overall, I really liked it, and I guess that's it. 4 out of 5. I'm gonna go ahead and wish you guys a, Happy Mother's Day, even though this isn't. Though if you're a mother, Happy Mother's Day. Be sure to wish your mother or legal guardian or, whoever looks after you and helps you Happy Mother's Day, or just do something nice for that person. Someone who, does a lot of things for you. Be sure to be nice to that person. Do something nice for Mother's Day, even though they're not your, even if they're not your mother and they're like your friend or something. Just be sure to do something nice for them. Now I'm just ranting. Yeah. So anyway, guys, if you liked the video, like my channel, be sure to like this video, favorite it, whatever you want, and maybe subscribe perhaps. I would really, really appreciate that. And check the links in the description below. There are links to things like my Tumblr, Twitter, all that, Facebook, all that is in the description below. Hey there, kids. Do you want to get cool stuff in the mail like this? Or this? Or even this? Well then subscribe to Horror Block today. Have you ever wanted to do cool cosplays like this? Or even this? Well, now you can. Subscribe to Moonchild Cosplay on YouTube and you can see all her tutorials on how to do cool stuff like this. Do you want to get cool horror and exploitation film t-shirts like this? Or this? Or this? Well then go to RottenCotton.com to check out all of their premium t-shirts.